Hey, this is Tony Rock.
And Jordan Rock.
And you are watching Comedy Matters from the Green Room at the Gotham Comedy Club, New York City. Boom. When they first started headlining me on the road, it was like you got to do 45 minutes. I didn't have the time. I didn't have 45 minutes of solid material. So I believe that. I would do 10 minutes of written material, 10 minutes of crowd work. 10 minutes of written material, 10 minutes of crowd work, and then end on like whatever my biggest joke was to end the set, to try to end strong. So that's how I got so strong with crowd work, because I was like, I had to develop material really fast to just be able to, headline.
This is Tony's dressing room right here. So we're going to go in and see him. He just did an amazing show. So come with me. Tone. Hey, what's up, brother?
What's up, Jeff?
How you doing, man?
What's going on?
Good to see you.
How are you?
I'm doing great. What an incredible show, man.
Thank you, sir.
It was amazing. Can we talk for a few minutes?
Sure.
Good. So I'm here with Tony Rock backstage at Gotham Comedy Club, where he just absolutely killed it. I saw you last night. It was even stronger tonight. Last night was amazing, but tonight was incredible.
That crowd was the best one so far this week.
You did different stuff. I don't think you did the McDonald's stuff last night.
I didn't do McDonald's last night. It's like I don't like to really structure a set. It's like whatever the vibe of the room is. If something happens and I can take it in that direction, then I go in that direction. I try not to be married to a script so much. So every show's different.
But the incredible thing from a comedian's point of view is that you know your stuff so well that you can just move it around on stage. You don't have to do it in the same order.
Right. I can fit it in wherever I need to fit it in at.
How many years did it take you till you had the freedom to do what you know?
You know what it is? It's like when I started doing stand-up, when you don't have a lot of material, you try to make sure every bit is just as strong as the last bit or the bit that's coming after it. So I would do a set, A, B, C, D, then I would do it D, C, B, A, just to try to make sure every joke was as strong as the other. So now, after 13 years of doing stand-up, I can put the last joke first, the first joke last, and everything hits as hard as I need it to hit.
Was it hard for you to eliminate certain jokes if you like them, but they weren't working as strong as you had thought they would? Did you just let them go? Because, I mean, all your stuff kills. Almost every line, people are, like, screaming. So, like, I'm always interested in the process, and people who are fans of comedy wonder about stuff like that. Do you let stuff go? Like, how many times do you try something if you don't think it's strong enough?
No, I never let a joke go. I don't think that any joke is ever done. Like, when I write material, it's never, this joke's completely finished. There's always more to add on to it. There's another way, another direction to take it in. So I might restructure it or, take it back to the drawing board, so to speak, but I never let a joke go. It's like, it takes too much time to write a really good joke, so I could never see myself throwing something away.
Even if it's not working as strongly as you would like it to, you just work on restructuring it to make it better.
Right. I retool it, and one day it'll hit the way I want it to hit.
That's phenomenal. Now, what's great too is your take. Like, you compare a lot of black and white things, which is cool, and people do that. But you take a different perspective. Like when you talk about the angry black woman.
Right.
Okay, that's hysterical, and the audience loves it. But you talk almost from a white point of view, which is interesting.
Yeah, I try not to do so much when I do the black and white comparisons. I try not to be so. Just so generic with it, like black people do this, white people do that. It's like it comes from a real place that we've all seen this person, we all can identify with this person, and the angry black lady it's weird to me too to see it. So it's like I let white people know, like, hey, this isn't just something that you guys experience. When I see it, I'm just as offended or just as taken aback by it as you are. So it's not a black-white thing. It's like more of an observation.
It's an observation. It's a people thing.
Right.
And I think that's why the audience loves it so much, because it's not like opposing stuff like we do this and you guys do this. Like, we don't like this either. Yes, and we notice it, because I think white people will wonder, do you notice something like that? And so it's interesting to see that you do.
Right. Sometimes I make the jokes have to be self-deprecating sometimes to be funny. So black people are never always the winners in my material, and I'm never always the winner in my material. It's like sometimes you have to be the loser for the joke to really, translate the way you need it to
work.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting perspective. And as a writer, I picked up on it, because it's like it's an interesting way to go. Nobody does that. Right. I think you're the only person I see who does that, who comes from that point of view. So I really like that, because it's a creative choice that you made to come from that direction, and I think it makes it honest, and I think that's one of the reasons why the audience really responds.
Yeah, I do it for the honesty, to be honest about it, and so everyone can attach to it, everyone can identify with it.
Now, I was rereading the interview that we did today for the book on the comic strip, and it was phenomenal. You started when it was July 27th of 1998?
Yeah, that's when I was born, July 27th, 1998, yeah.
And you and Sherrod started that same night,
We
right?
started the same night at New York Comedy Club, and you had to bring one person to get 5 minutes of time.
And you used him as your ringer, and he used
Yeah, you had to pay $5 and bring one person. So I paid $5 and sat in the audience and watched him, and he paid $5 and sat in the audience and watched me, and that was it. We were going ever since that day.
And I remember you saying that when you finally passed at the comic strip, you guys cried on the corner. That was so nice, right?
Yeah,
It's true, right?
we stood outside on the corner of 2nd Avenue and 82nd Street and cried like two little girls because we finally made it into the most prestigious of all colleges as far as stand-up is concerned, in our opinions.
Yeah, that's the club that really holds sway. I mean, that's what means something. In those days, I guess it was the Cellar or Catch and the comic strip.
Well, comic strip was special to us because Eddie Murphy started there,
Right, and that's what
who was a king in our house. Chrissy started there. My brother Chris, we call Chris Chrissy,
Yeah.
started there. Adam Sandler, Damon Wayans, Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K., Jerry Seinfeld. They all started at the strip. So it's like they started the strip. We got to start at the strip.
Yeah. It's such a legendary club, and you're there all the time. You were a judge at the lottery show a few weeks ago.
Yeah, Sherrod hosted. So we're always going to be connected. Sherrod and I will always be joined at the hip.
Yeah. And how fun was that last year when we did the Kevin Hart show? Was that amazing?
It was great. Yeah. That was my first time coming back home since like. It might have been a year since I'd been back in New York, so that was a lot of fun.
And it was nice because it was a benefit for Haiti.
Yes.
And I don't think you had worked with Kevin before, had you?
I had not worked on that scale. We had done the strip, maybe the Cellar a couple of times, but like, a theater, 3,000 seats, we have never done anything like that.
That was a cool, it was a sold out 3,000 seat show, and everybody did great. Will Sylvince was our MC. It was phenomenal. So, I remember you saying that Chrissy groomed you to be a comedian, that you really had no choice.
Yes.
Could you expound upon that for a minute?
Are you familiar with Dr. Frankenstein, who created Frankenstein?
Yeah.
Chrissy's Dr. Frankenstein. I'm his Frankenstein.
You're the monster.
I'm the monster. Yeah, he made me listen to comedy albums. He made me watch comedy movies. He would call me in the house to listen to a Richard Pryor CD or watch Eddie Murphy on SNL, and it was always like, "Do you see what he's doing? Like, you see how he did that?" And that's called a callback. That's called this. It was just all like, he made me a comic.
He groomed you.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever performed together?
We perform at the strip all the time. Like, but it's not.
I mean, you and Chris.
Not something that you buy a ticket to. It's like he'll call me up when I'm in the city. Hey, let's both go to the strip, and we'll just stop in, do a set back to back, but never on a billed show. No.
Because there's a third brother now.
There is a third.
Yeah, out of the 7,
Future.
there's the future, and we know him personally. I think he's here, as a matter of fact. Jordan Rock, come on in, bro.
Young Jordan.
Young Jordan, good to see you, bro.
Hey, how you getting this?
Yeah, I mean, this is amazing. I mean, first of all, it's exciting. From the first time I saw you, it's exciting not only because you're funny, and because I should say that we co-host the shows. We co-host the Late Show at the Comic Strip. Can you come in closer a little? Yeah, good. We co-host. We split it up. So Sunday and Monday I host, and you're first, and Wednesday and Thursday you host, and I'm first.
Yep, that's how it works at the strip. I've come a long way from being just last.
Right. When you started out, you were last, right?
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah,
So-
and that's not happening anymore because you've come a long way. You've done so much. I mean, you really work on your stuff a lot.
Yeah, it's just getting out there every day. You just can't. You got no days off. You got to pull a full season in.
And that's what Chris did too. When we interviewed Chrissy for the book, he was like every day he was at the strip. He just lived there.
Yeah, that's what I did. I used to not get up. I used to just go and sit in the back and just watch Sherrod and Tone like for hours. And now I get on stage. So that's pretty cool.
And you opened for Tony tonight.
Oh yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's this is like the first time I've been on the actual show. I've always like come in and they've let me go up, but this is the first time where they were like, "Hey, we're gonna pay you too." So that's pretty cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was very exciting to see you. It's nice to see somebody, who started out and now they're really doing well, and you're really coming along. So it's great.
Thank you. Today is actually my 4-year anniversary. I started telling jokes November 13th, 07. So it's 2011 now.
That's awesome. Now I want to ask, and I want to thank you for being on Comedy Matters TV with us. But Tone, because I want to ask you. I heard some great stuff that you're doing something with Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx is bringing back the TV show Showtime at the Apollo. He's executive producing it, and I am the new host. We'll start shooting in the new year.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
That is awesome.
You'll see this guy hanging out backstage
Yes, I will.
every week.
You'll see me hanging out backstage. Where's it going to be shot from?
At the Apollo, the world famous, 125th Street. Yeah. Taking it back to where it all started.
And starting when is that?
In the new year, we're gonna get the schedule. Next couple of weeks.
Now, how did that come about? Did Jamie specifically ask for you?
Yeah, it's weird. The weirdest thing. I believe if you stay on stage, good things happen. So I'm always on stage in New York or LA, either city, and I guess the word just got back to him, like, this guy's really strong, he's real quick, and he came to see me one night and boom, handed me a job. No audition, nothing. Job's yours.
Wow. That's awesome, especially coming from Jamie Foxx. He's a powerhouse in the industry, man, and he's so well respected and such a talented guy too.
Yeah. I think this means I have to wash his Oscar every week or something like that, but
probably.
Pause.
No, it's amazing that he didn't want to host. No homo, though. Yeah, no homo. Yeah, right. I was afraid to yell. I was going to yell out "yo" when you came in, but I was afraid all your brothers would attack me. I learned that last night. That's your secret code.
True story. True story. Yeah.
Is it? And how about your grandfather, the Reverend? Is that true story?
It's like a man's life. Yes, true story. Yeah.
Amazing, Reverend Rock.
Reverend Rock.
That's so cool. Has it ever been a problem being Chris's brother, or has it only been something good? Like when you first.
It's all positive. It's all pluses, no minuses.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking in terms of the self pressure of coming into a field where your brother's already so well known. Is that hard for you?
No, but see, the beauty of it is this interview is like you really know me. So my ego is through the roof. I'm just like, I'm the most cocky motherfucker you'll ever meet. So it's like no pressure on me. It's all good.
So tonight after the show, are we going to the Pacquiao fight at the 40-40 Club?
Yes, we are.
Minus this guy.
Minus this guy. Yeah, last time we almost got thrown out. Well, we did get thrown out, right?
No, nobody got thrown out. We just left.
All I know is Tone is yelling like, "Where's my coat? Where's my coat?"
You get thrown out when you left. Yeah.
I thought somebody stole your coat. I didn't know what happened, and I'm like, "Whoa!" It was because, right?
It was
because. Well, there was champagne in the way, and you couldn't help it. And that's what happened, right?
They turned the lights off and put the music on. Like, I couldn't help but stay.
Isn't it funny though that every time you're here that the Pacquiao fight is on? It's the third time.
I've been at Gotham. Yeah.
Does he know that you're his lucky charm?
Either he's my lucky charm or I'm his lucky charm. But either way, I'm here at Gotham every time.
Well, look, I'm very excited to see you guys. It's great that we could share this time together. I love it, and I wish you the best of luck on this show coming up.
Thank you, sir.
It's awesome, and I'll see you at the Strip tomorrow.
Yes,
right. All the best, man. All the best. Thank you. This is Jeffrey Gurian for Comedy Matters TV, backstage at Gotham with Jordan Rock and Tony Rock, the Rock Brothers. Okay. Out.